In the interest of building all members' business skills, a different member each week is charged with presenting a topic on their choosing for a 3-minute business growth section. Now, I don't plan this in advance. Used to, but I don't plan this in advance. And I think partly is because it's good to learn that you can, or be aware that you can just be picked out of a crowd and speak on a topic on anything at half a second's notice. So I don't really plan this one in advance anymore. Imogen, we've been networking together for a while, and I realise that you're a visitor out here today, but we've been networking together for, well, on and off, right? So we've been in the same group, we know some of the same ladies. So I know that you've been out networking, you do business stuff. So I would say somewhere in there in you would have a business tip that you think is so cool that you could share with us. Got up to 3 minutes. Tell us. It's not about you so much as about, you know, what's a business tip that you've picked up along the way?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Misty. Well, here I am on the spot, but it's lovely to have this opportunity. A business tip along the way, I think, is to find both people who are like-minded and also those who think very differently. Because I think it is so easy often as a sole entrepreneur to be in our own mindset, with our own preferences, with our own patterns and habits. And just like we're out and about in a workplace where there will be people who are disruptors in our preformed ideas about ourselves and the business that we run or the work that we do, we need those disruptors. We need somebody like Misty, for example, to come in and say, hey, you need to shorten that pitch. Hey, great thing that you offer. Love your energy. But people are going to get lost in the detail of what you're sharing. So coming back to this idea of those who are like-minded, like-hearted, who have those same values as us, but also those who can really help us sharpen our perspective. Because I don't know about you, but I can so easily go into a place of what I feel is internal clarity on something, express it to somebody else, and it comes back as crickets. Now, I will go to those who I trust, and I will have that sense of building connection, asking them to, you know, kindly critique and validate me. But often the comment that comes from left of field from somebody that comes at a very different perspective is pure gold. Because I myself, as one human being, cannot possibly have thought of all the different perspectives that are around me. So, for example, at the moment, I'm really aware that I don't think megalogically. I am very heart-led. I am very feminine-centered. What I need around me, as well as those who can really validate and hold that space for me, is people who will critique and give me, you need some sort of logical progression here, Imogen, in your systems, in your messaging, in your organization of your folder structure, whatever it is that is going to strengthen me, because I myself cannot do these things alone. Thank you, Misty, very much for giving me this opportunity.
You're absolutely welcome. What a great educational snippet. You know, it's interesting. I was speaking to Noah. Noah shows up a lot in these meetings, doesn't he, Kathy? Jack, not so much. Jack's turned into his own little space where he goes off and quietly does things. But Noah shows up a lot. And Noah's 12. And at school, he's growing they're doing a science experiment on growing plants, beans in particular, right? So they spent 3 weeks growing beans. And he said, frankly, they haven't done anything in 3 weeks. Then the teacher, and he's in a group of 4, right? He said, then the teacher said that we had to get our plants. He said, I had to put mine in a dark cupboard. So it spent 2 weeks in a dark cupboard. Someone else had theirs at a window. Someone else had theirs in a on and off dark shade, you know, light to shade, and then another in just, I don't know, the light from just a light, but no windows or anything like that. He said, it was interesting. He said, mine's grown the biggest and the fastest. Isn't that interesting? In the dark, it must be some sort of weird night plant. But he said, I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm just saying it's grown the biggest and the fastest. I said, right. So it's not healthy. He said, yeah, no. He said, it's white. It's just bigger. than all the others. And so we were discussing, wonder how it's become bigger in the dark, but unhealthy at the same time. And it's interesting that he's discovered this. And we think because it's looking for light. And because it's looking for light, it's grown, it's like it's growing, stretching, trying to get to wherever it is. It's just not healthy. And of course, one of his mates said, no, I think you need to put yours at the window. And he said, well, I don't think we're supposed to change the experiment, but everybody's fallen in love with this little plant that's trying desperately to hold on and doesn't want any more bad things to happen. So they're trying to now healthy it up a bit and wondering if maybe the light is part of the point in growing. So yes, you kind of do need. So where am I headed? Here's what Noah said. He said, it would appear my plant's a bit of an introvert. Seems to grow really well by itself, but it doesn't mean that it should, because it's growing well, but unhealthy.
There
And
is a
it was kind of a, sorry,
there
Diane.
is there is a science also. If you talk to your plants and give it love, it will grow even better.
And so that seems to be this odd little thing that's coming out of the experiment is, to be introverted. You can be introverted. And Noah says, it's a bit like me. Like, I like time by myself. Like, I'd rather be there. But he's also noticing that you don't grow very well when you're all by yourself, that you do need others to help you out a little bit. And so, yeah, it was interesting to look at how this experiment is really playing on Noah and his three mates. And he said, I'm pretty sure we're all going to get in trouble. Well, not if you can explain your end results and how this is all coming about. I think you might find that the new ideas and directions that are coming from the experiment, even the teacher won't have thought of these ones. So yeah, you do need, we don't live by ourselves. We need a group in order to get things done. Love it.
Out of the
Love
mouths
it.
of babes. Out of the mouths of babes.
Out of the mouths of babes, right? I know, every time. Africa has a term. It's called Ubuntu. Ubuntu. It means I am because we are. So you can only be good at what you do if everybody around you is good at what they do. Or you can only look good at what you do if everyone around you. And that's really a network. We all work by ourselves. But hey, I can only be good as a sales trainer if everybody around me is getting the work that they're after. And it works for all of us in all our different areas. So yeah, great topic. 3-minute growth section. Here we are talking about it for a really long time. Excellent. Thank you so much, Imogen. Love it, love it, love it.